that, your fusion centers haven't always been the best at defending civil liberties. There have been instances where the fusion centers have targeted people for their political beliefs. We're in the midst of a huge, crisis in the country with the IRS apparently being used for political purposes. But a few years back, the Missouri Fusion Center was targeting people for their political beliefs, third-party candidates, pro-life people with different bumper stickers on their car were said to be targeted by the fusion centers. There is a big concern that allowing your money, our money, to be used to purchase drones without any rules in place or without an awareness of what the rules are is disconcerting. There are some who believe that once you get outside your house, you have no privacy. I tend to disagree, and I think these are things we're going to have to revisit. But we now have the FBI director saying that drones are being used. He wasn't aware or forthcoming with any specific policy on privacy. So these are not something of passing concern. I'm also concerned about, where these grants are going. Apparently some grants are being used to pay office rent. Some grants are giving to a fusion center that had a 0% progress towards its goals. David, Mara, would you have any comment on exactly how we would go about trying to have better oversight?
Absolutely. Last year, we issued a report looking at that aspect of FEMA grant programs. We looked at the 4 largest programs and identified the amount of visibility that FEMA had over the specific uses of the funds. And we found that for some of the largest programs, FEMA may not know specifically how the funds are being used at the time they make decisions to provide the money. That creates a problem. It also, in our mind, raises the potential risk of unnecessary duplication. In other words, grantees could potentially receive funds from more than one program for the same or similar activities without the internal workings of FEMA being aware that that was happening. Now, we looked